Hello, Imad. Hello. Unmute. Hello.
Yeah, hello to you. Good morning. How are
How
you?
are you?
Fine, not too bad.
Oh, good to see you.
Good to
I,
see you
I, I
too.
like your photograph that we have.
Well, I'm different now, huh?
Yeah,
Which one is better, with the beard
all
or
of
with
us,
no?
all of us are different.
Okay,
Uh,
thank you.
all of us are becoming different to what we
Yes,
look.
yes.
But
Actually,
mashallah, you seem to be
I'm
doing
not
well.
I'm not used to grow beard. I've been like
I know.
this for 6, 7 months. Before that,
Oh,
I used to be shaven, yeah. I
yeah. So
shaved
why
here.
did you start a beard? Your wife told you
Uh,
to do it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yes, I
Okay.
see.
So I will head out. I have to go somewhere else. I
Yeah,
have
okay.
my Mavish will sort of take the session. I've been on leave actually, and
Okay.
she has been conducting lots of sessions while I was gone. She is Dr. Mavish. I don't see her here, but Fatma is here. Uh,
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, Fatma, will you? Yeah, there. She will sort of start the session. She's an education developer. And Mavish will sort of conduct your session, introduce you,
Okay.
and we will leave within 5 minutes. You will have, you will be able to share your PowerPoints, and there you see Mavish. You see Mavish, Raza?
Mavish, where
Yeah.
is he? Where is she?
Hello.
Hello, there she
Yes,
is.
hello, Mavish. We say
So,
Mavish or Mavish?
It's Mehvish.
Mavish,
Yeah.
Mavish.
yeah,
Okay,
Mavish.
okay,
So she will conduct, and then of course you don't have to worry about the questions. There'll be lots of people, so the questions come like bullet fire, and Mavish and Fatma will take care of that, and will towards the last 20 minutes of your session, they will
okay,
sort of offer you the questions so you can respond to them, right?
okay,
We do
right.
not, yeah,
What kind of audience do you have? Are the all of them are what students,
no, they
work,
are
professors,
largely,
specialists?
yeah, largely faculty, Imad, from
Hmm.
most of all over Pakistan. And then there are some international as well that will participate. But there are lots that register for the recording and the materials.
Okay,
So the
okay,
registrations are far more, but you'll definitely walk away with uh, at least 5 to 800 participants.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Let's try. How
Yeah.
can I share my
Please.
screen and all
Yeah.
these things? Yes.
Yeah. Mavish, over to you. I'll sort of move. Okay.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
Ma. Okay, Ma.
Okay.
All the
Bye-bye.
best.
See
Bye-bye.
you. See you
Bye.
later.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Imad Bashir, as Dr. Ruxana has already shared with you the structure of the webinar. So, we are going to start in the next 6 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, until then, you will see a flyer about your session, and it will stay on the screen at exactly in 6 minutes. We'll start the webinar.
Okay. The flyer will stay on the screen. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
And
Okay.
did you test your co-host rights? Did you test the co-host rights?
No.
Oh.
No.
No, Dr. Imad, please share your slides with us because
Yes.
we want to test your co-host rights.
Okay. So I'll share. Do you want me to
Yeah.
share the screen now?
Yeah. Just, run a check. If it requires any kind of troubleshooting, these 5 minutes can, facilitate in doing that. We can see your screen. You just have to enter the slideshow mode.
The slideshow mode.
Yeah, great. So everything's working fine. We can hear you, see your screen, and yeah, good.
Okay. Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Can you hear me well? Can you hear me well if I speak like this? Okay. How is it like the weather? And where are you? Are in Pakistan. And where in Pakistan? Can you hear me, Mawish? Dr. Mawish, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you. Yeah.
Where in Pakistan you are you
We are
located?
located in Lahore.
Lahore, yeah.
Yeah. It's the provincial capital of Punjab, if you're
Yes.
aware of the
Yes,
geography
yes.
of Pakistan.
Okay. How's the weather like
Well, the weather these days
this
is very
time?
humid, although we did receive a lot of rain over the weekend,
Mhm.
but it just added to the humidity because the temperatures go as high as 40, 42 degrees. So
It's
it's pretty hot.
like in here in Baghdad, it's 40, 42,
Yeah,
45 degrees.
absolutely. So, all right. So before I ask Fatima to take us through the netiquettes, I would like to formally open the session and welcome you all to the 20th webinar in the Research Methodology series hosted by Center for Learning and Teaching, Forman Christian College University. We started this journey of exploration and collaborative learning almost a month ago on June 11th. And since then, we have hosted 19 webinars on different topics, in conducting research, ethical research, novel research, and relevant research. We are really thankful to the 12 national and 8 international experts who have graciously collaborated with CLT so far and have led the past 19 webinars. Now, talking about the participation, over 27,000 participants representing more than 120 countries have so far attended these webinars. This figure is taken from real-time attendance. We have had registrations more than this number, but 27,000 participants have attended in real time. They have attended different webinars. And of course, all webinars were recorded, and the recording is available on our YouTube channel for future viewership. The CLT team is extremely grateful for your support and continued interest in these webinars. I would also like to acknowledge the unprecedented support offered by National Academy of Higher Education, Pakistan, and United Christian Board. Today, the topic of discussion is publishing for impact. As researchers, we always chase impact because a good research should create impact. And for today, the resource person who is going to lead today's session is Dr. Imad Bashir. He is the Dean of Libraries at the American University of Iraq, Baghdad. Dr. Imad is the former director of the Faculty of Information at the Lebanese University. Previously, he was the director of libraries at Qatar University, and he is the chair of International Federation of Library Association and Institutions, MENA Regional Division Committee. He holds a PhD in Library and Information Studies from University College London. And Dr. Imad, just to give you a quick overview of registrations for your session, we had received a total of 17,960 registrants for this session. Thank you so much for agreeing to be the resource person and for agreeing to share your knowledge with us. We're looking forward to your session. Now, just to quickly share the session flow with you, you'll have about 45 minutes for your presentation. In the meanwhile, the chat will be disabled for the first 30 minutes of this session. We will enable the chat for the participants to post comments and questions to you in the last 15 minutes. And of course, the last 15 minutes of the session will be dedicated to question and answers. So now I would request my colleague, Fatma Ismail, to take us through the netiquettes. Over to you, Fatma.
Thank you, Dr. Mevish. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Before we begin, I'm quickly going to run you through the netiquette for today's session. To begin with, please ensure that your Zoom profile name clearly states your full name followed by your university name. The format is given on the screen over here. The Zoom chat, as Dr. Mevish has already explained, will be disabled for the first 30 to 35 minutes. And once we enable the chat, you are requested to submit your queries and questions, and they should be strictly addressed to the expert speaker. For certification, you must fill out the certificate form. The link has already been shared in the chat, and it will be shared with you every 10 minutes in case you have missed it the first time. The session will be recorded and it will be added to our CLT YouTube channel for free access once we are done with the session. Over to you, Dr. Imad.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good morning. Well, first, I would like to thank Dr. Roxana Zia, Dr. Mevish Reza, Dr. Fatima Ismail, and all the CLT team at Foreman Christian College for the kind invitation. This is really a good opportunity to meet colleagues from Pakistan, from Lahore, and interact with them regarding a very important subject that is important to every researcher and every faculty and all those who are in the academic field. Let me, before I start, clarify to you that I'm talking to you today about this topic as a librarian. See, I'm a librarian, but not as a data analyst or data scientist, or even someone who is expert in ranking, who really pay more attention to numbers and figures and metrics. All my experience in this comes from myself as an academic and from providing services to my colleague at any university where I worked before, at Lebanese University, at Qatar University, and currently at the American University of Iraq, Baghdad. So I tried to set some objectives for the meeting. I hope by the end of it, you will, by the end of this meeting, you will be able to comprehend what research impact means in various relevant contexts, and also to recognize the tools and the strategies to measure and devise publishing impact. as well as to retain the best practices, make research more visible. The agenda for the meeting depend on 4 points, the 3 points, the introduction and some definitions. Then I will be talking about the measuring impact. And I will share with you my experience, my own experience, and the experience of my colleagues where I used to work and where I could serve them in planning for their research, how to conduct, how to plan your research, especially in terms of finding a suitable journal to publish it. Before I continue or I go through the agenda, I would like to share with you something important and is really related to our topic about the journal citation report. I'm sure some of you, or maybe some, or most of you are familiar with this report, who is produced by Clarivate. The journal citation report for 2025 just been released, and I had the chance to look at it and attend a seminar or a webinar about the characteristics of the current report and the changes that took place in it. I will start with this just because I found something really shocking. It relates to the research retractions. These slides that talks about the history or the evolution of the report, you may look at it later when you got the slides. But this is the evolution or the development of the report since first started in 1975. What was shocking to me is to see this graphic about the number of retractions for 2023. If you see, the graphic shows that the number of retraction in 2023 passed the 10,000, almost 10,000. While the 2022 was about 4,000 something. I'm not sure, they say here that most of these retractions belong to one open access publisher. But why I'm telling or I'm raising this issue, because I think from now on the number of retractions will be increased due to the AI use in research and the misuse of AI, or even trying to depend on AI to, let's say, to provide false data or something like that. It's very bad for the researcher or author reputation to have his publications retracted after being retracted. Therefore, you should be careful when dealing with your research. And we will be talking about a lot of things related to how to conduct an ethical research and to be careful not to misuse anything related that can lead you to such case like retraction. To show you the type of misuse, these are the type of misuse that are currently found in the retracted researches. It's you may go through it and look at it and try to avoid it in the future, whether it was a salami slicing, like splitting the data from a single study but across multiple articles, or the inappropriate self-citation. There are rules for self-citation, or the citation marketplaces like bring together parties who are willing to cite for payment with parties who are willing to pay for citations. And we find a lot of cases like this, or whether it's predatory publishers or paper mills, all these types of misuse. I suggest that you go through it and you'll be aware and familiar. Not familiar, I mean, try, familiar with it in a way to avoid it. You have to know what are these types of misuse to avoid it in the future. Now back to our presentation. You see, in the past, we used to say publish or perish. And this mantra lasted for too long, maybe. It was dominant for a long of time. Nowadays, people or specialists or researchers, they are trying to replace this notion or this mantra and depend on another one, since visibility with the introduction of many, let's say, many publishing tools and alternative publishing tools, including the social media channels and many other channels, they pay attention to visibility. All researchers now, they work hard to increase their visibility. They think the visibility brings more citations, and more citations lead to promotion or to be influential in your field, and also helps a lot when you apply for grants in the future. So publish or perish is no longer used as a mantra or as a notion. We consider it dead or deceased. Now we depend on be visible or vanish. So all researchers, all academics who are willing to publish, they will have to be visible, and they should find out how to make their ways into visibility through the available channels and through the available tools. And at the end, it is true that at the end is the quality of the research that count. However, there are still argument about increasing citation. Is it because the visibility or because the quality of the research? This is not this question or this issue is unanswered now. It's not answered yet, and I think we are in the future. We will go into another mantra that concentrates or that mentions quality, because quality is really the main thing. If you don't do quality research, you better quit research. This image or graphic is used by most of the authors who talk about publish or perish, or talk about publishing impact, to show that publish or perish is dead, and now we are in the era of visible or vanish. Visibility is very popular word nowadays. It's exactly like we keep hearing the word, like the term sustainability. We keep hearing this term everywhere and every day and every occasion. Everyone is talking about sustainability. Although sustainability, the other day I was attending a webinar about open access, and the presenter was saying, well, sustainability might be bad as well. It's not always good. Bad things sustainable, can be sustainable as well. So this is why I'm saying that, well, publish or perish, visible or vanish. The main matter or the main issue is the quality of the research, because it's quality research or research quality, or there is no need for you to conduct research. If we want to define what as impact, what research impact is, well, there are many definitions. Simple search, you will retrieve simple search on the net. You will retrieve many definitions for what research impact means. I can make this brief. Mark Reed say, when there is benefit, when you start to feel the benefit out of the research, that means there is an impact. Other researchers say, well, the impact, it's you can feel the impact when there is a difference. So research impact is really a difference. When you make a difference, you feel that you are making a difference. That means you have a research impact. Otherwise, well, a numerous number of research, well, though published in very well-known journal, but they have no impact on the society, which is on many levels and of many types. We at university, as academics, we pay attention to the academic impact. Maybe because they evaluate you about on the number of research that you published. You feel that your research got impact, and helped you or assisted you in your promotion. But what is really important is the societal, the economical impact, and all types of impact on society, whether it is the health, environment, and the education, politics, or social, or even technological impact. Your research should have impact on society. Currently, we hear a lot about research, that we hear about that research takes care of or try to be aligned or to align with the Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 SDG of the United Nations Sustainable Development Agenda. Even some metrics now, and also ranking agencies they are measuring the impact of this research on using the 17 goals. So very important to when you write a research or undertake a research, to make sure that your research leaves an impact on the society and as well as an impact in your academic life. Now to talking about the impact, how we measure the impact, what are the main methods to measure the impact. Measuring the impact requires measurements. To measure something, you need measurements. These measurements are called research metrics. In our specialty or the academic field, when we talk about measuring impact, research impact, that means we are talking, we should be using the research metrics. These metrics currently captures quantitative data only. And these data are categorized on 3 levels, mainly. On the article level or the research level, and this is done through the citation counts. The other metric is through the journal level, where we study or we get the journal impact factor. We depend on the journal impact factor to measure its impact. So at any time the journal impact factor gets higher, that means the journals has impact through the research published in it. And the third level is the author level, through the H index, which most of you are familiar with, I think, which is very important to the author and the researchers when they are being evaluated academically, whether for promotion or for any other thing in their academic environment. So despite the drawbacks of these metric tools, or restricting the measurement to the 3 levels, measuring research impact is important for various reasons. And we cannot do without, we'll have to cope with it until new measures are being invented or are being applied internationally. The current research metrics gained they are international, universal, and they are applied everywhere. The author level measurements are used to recognize the author's impact, as we said, to support the progress, his progress, the author progress toward promotion or toward tenure in certain cases in some universities or countries, or to communicate their influence on funders. So a higher H index will have more opportunity to get fund for their research. The journal level measurements help authors understand the relative importance of a journal and sway decisions on where they want to publish. Because, I mean, to be visible, you need to publish in a very high rank journal or journals with high impact factors. As long with regard to the document level or the article level or the book chapter level or the conference proceeding level, all these documents, we call them document, they are of many types, including the article. The citation counts are used mainly in accreditation and in building the author H index as well. Because the author H index is based on the citation counts for the articles he published. Here, I built this table just to show some chronology of the development breakdown. For the metrics. I see someone is raising his hand. Can I give him the mic or what?
Dr. Imad, we will take questions by the end of this session. Once we're
Okay.
finished.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, the types of metrics we already mentioned that the research metric. These can be categorized by the methods they use to evaluate research. No single metric fully captures the impact or quality of research. Different metrics capture different aspects of it. And these tools assess research impact and performance using various quantitative indicators as well. And this is why a comprehensive evaluation should consider a range of quantitative metrics along qualitative assessment. And later in the presentation, I will show you some associations who have started to raise the issue of qualitative assessment and the need for this element to be considered while using the metrics for the research. This is a breakdown of all common research metrics tools and their associated methods. I will not go through it, but there are many. If I go through it, more than 10 or 15 or even more. There is actually a graphics. Graphics are available on the net. If you do a little search, you will find such a graphic like this. It will show all the metrics tools that are being used. Of course, I mean, these metrics are looked at from different venues, depending on the sector and on the objective. As a researcher and at the university level, for scholars and faculty, they mainly concentrate on the levels or the types of metrics that I mentioned earlier regarding which are the author level, the document or article level, and the journal level. And when it comes to ranking, maybe other measures are counted. And when it comes to the university and its contribution in the research in the country where it's located, or in the region where it's located, maybe other measures are counted. As I told you, I'm not a data scientist to talk about all these measures and explain it. Merely we are using, as a librarian, we face questions concerning the types of metrics I said earlier. Well, who are the key players in the research metrics that are known and dominant in the sector? I'm quite sure most of you are familiar with them and maybe use their services. Clarivet Analytics, which own the Web of Science. The Web of Science previously owned by Thomson Reuters, now it's by Clarivet Analytics. Also Elsevier, which owns Scopus. And these two data are major databases providing such metrics and services related to what's being published in all the subjects. Web of Science and Scopus are different when they concentrate on the subjects they treated. And also they deal with different types of journals. There are journals in common which you can find in both services, but also there are journals you can find in the Web of Science that you cannot find in Elsevier. The third player in key metrics is altmetric. Altmetric is يعني it's not recent, but يعني it's still recent. يعني still recent. This is run by Digital Science Portfolio, which run many companies in this domain, including a service called Dimensions, which does the same as Web of Science and Scopus, but it's free of charge, and you can access it freely. Altmetrics depends on the mentions that you do on social science.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's sharing cheat tips and strategies.
that you do.
जरा उसकी आवाज और बोलने का तरीका थोड़ा सा struggling.
That you do on social media and other publishing channels or broadcasting channels. Google Scholar, of course, is a key player as well through the Google is a key player through Google Scholar as well, which you can access to find the H index of authors and the number of citations as well. Well, this is a table representing the main player, the key player, with the database they are using, as well as the statistical tool that is used to generate these metrics. For the Web of Science, they use Insights, and Scopus, they use SciVal. The Google Scholar, they use a software called POP, Publish or Perish, called POP. Dimensions, which I mentioned before, it's landscape and discovery application. This is their own, yani. And Altmetrics use Altmetric Explorer to find out about dimension on social media and on other alternative and on the other alternative media that are being used academically or non-academically. Well, this is the citation count. If I want to define it a little bit, it's so simple. It's a simple measurement. It's the total number of times the article, journal, or researcher have been cited in other works. Typically, high citation counts are associated with more influential works or authors. And however, as with all citation-based measures, it's important to consider how self-citation or other challenges can impact this measure. We will talk about this later in the year. This is the journal impact factor. Most of you are familiar with this, especially if you have published in any journal, Scopus listed journal or Web of Science listed journal. Journal impact factor is an important element in deciding or in selecting the journal for publishing. It's counted, and it has a method to count it. It's mainly the number of citation in 2020 or in a certain year to articles published in the previous 2 years. Yani if we want to count the impact factor in 2024, we study we see the number of citation for the articles published in 2023 and 2022, 2 years before. Here is the example is clear. I mean, you can look at it, and I'm sure you know about this earlier, or maybe some of you knows about this more than me. The H index, it's simply, in simple terms, I don't want to complicate things. If someone has an index of 5 or 10, let's say, that means he has at least 10 publications. With each of these publication has been cited at least 10 times or more, okay? So this is the way it's counted. The H index that appears in Google Scholar or in the Web of Science or in Scopus are different. They are not the same. You will see different H index for the same author because they calculate this according to the number of articles they store in their databases, and they cannot get everything. The Artmetrics use these colors, they call it colors of the journal, to cover these social media tools and other alternative media or new media. They give mention, every mention is assigned a number. They have a set of maybe 10 of set of numbers between 0.25 to 8. So I think the news takes 8 points. I think this is what I think. So, and it's mainly numbers, counting the number of mentions and try to give a metrics using these numbers. Well, there are limitations, as we mentioned. Not everyone is happy with the way researchers are evaluated or research journals are evaluated. I mean, the articles that are published in the journals are evaluated. The metric tools now mainly depend on quantitative. We've started since for the last decade or so to hear voices calling for other measures to be taken into considerations, and especially the qualitative element. If you go to the literature, you'll find a lot of drawbacks mentioned or raised about the current metrics that are used in the evaluation. These three association of companies or entities, they raised the voice about this issue since 2012, 2012, 2015. DORA and the Metric Tide and the Leiden Manifesto, these are influential initiatives. They are advocating a responsible research assessment and the appropriate use of metrics and research evaluation. They don't agree with the current evaluation that depends totally on quantitative method. They emphasize the need for metrics to be used responsibly, and they are calling for a shift from solely relying on quantitative data to more balanced approach that includes qualitative assessment and expert judgment as well. They encourage academic and research institutions to develop their strategies for responsible metric use aligned with their missions and values. Well, one thing I should mention here, or I should comment here, that I think with the introduction of AI and the use of AI capacity in research, sooner or later, I think these measurements or these metrics will be changed, and other kind of metrics will take place. And some universities now started to join DORA globally. I mean, there are universities from all over the place that are joining DORA or trying uh, to support these initiatives. This is a Scopus. I'll show you some of the images from Scopus and the author metrics. As you see, it shows the total number of documents published or article documents, and the H index of the author, as well as the total number of citations. And the total number of documents that have given the citation. Okay, so this is just, I can go online to show you Scopus if you prefer later, if you ask me later. But I'm sure most of you, since most of you are faculty and researchers, you know Scopus and you have access to it through your university library. This is Scopus, but the source metrics. This talks about the journal, on the journal level, I mean. It gives the CIMAGO journal rank and the SNIP rank as well as the site scores. These metrics are used by Scopus. This is the web of science. The author metric are larger here and different. The H index is there. It gives as well the citation, number of citations, and the citing articles as well. Okay, it's just to show you what kind of metrics they provide. This is the journal metrics as well. This is the journal impact factor and the journal citation indicator. These two metrics are given by the Web of Science. Well, starting in 2025, I'm showing you this slide to let you know that the retractions, the retracted articles, as from next year, will be excluded from the citation, the journal citation report. So they will not be included in the ranking or the evaluation. Yes, Mavish?
Thank you so much for noticing this. So, Dr. Imad, because we have another webinar lined up right after yours, so we don't have the liberty to extend and go over the time.
I run out of time, and you mean?
Oh, yeah, because I can see that you're on slide number 34 out of 56. So I'm assuming that you still have 20 more slides to go.
No, give me 5 minutes, then I'll okay.
Or maybe you can keep these slides and refer to these during the question answer session, because we have received a few questions which we would like to discuss with you.
Okay, let's go for the question. Okay.
Do you want to say something to wrap up the session?
Just I want to say that I have here some information or about the publication plan, how to find the best journal. I can exchange this or share it during the question. It's fine.
All right. So first of all, just a quick, the thing that I've taken away from your presentation is to publish for visibility, and how the world is shifting from the rudimentary approach of citation counts to a more holistic approach, like more sophisticated formula there to calculate journal impact, assessing the impact that research creates on society, and most importantly, the responsibility metrics that have emerged recently, as Dr. Imad was talking about the DORA framework. So thank you so much for sharing these innovative ideas and the latest state-of-the-art information with our audience. We have a few questions here. I'm going to ask as they flow in. So one of our audience asks that mostly the research impact is assessed when the research is published in English language. What about the research that is published in regional languages, such as Urdu? So how should we, cater to the impact assessment in that situation?
Well, this is really a dilemma, and it's a real problem that most of developing countries face, including the countries where I work and where I'm from, because we publish mainly in Arabic, for instance. But what's new about this, that Web of Science has also metrics for publication in other languages, like Arabic, for instance. We have the Arabic Citation Index. It's run jointly by Web of Science and the Egyptian Information Bank. And they have started to produce this citation index, which really can be used to evaluate research. This citation index is available in other languages as well, as far as I know. It's available in Korean and maybe in Farsi, I think, and some other languages. I'm not sure about the Urdu, but there is always possibility now to make joint effort or to make, let's say, a joint venture with Web of Science or other metrics measurement association or companies to try and work on finding something like a citation index for the publications in your own language. More than that, I would say that even Scopus and Web of Science, they take journals in other languages as well. They are not only dealing with English language journals. And I know there are Arabic language journals counted into Web of Science, but you need to meet the criteria that Web of Science require in order to list you with their journals or to let you in their index. It's the same as Scopus. They have a set of criteria. They will keep, if you apply, you can apply for this, and they will monitor the work of your publication using several elements, including, for instance, periodicity, the peer reviewing, things like this. And maybe in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, it depends on their regulation, they will take your journals into their index, and it will be counted in your evaluation. It will be counted. You will have metrics for your publication in your own language as well, not only for the English language publications.
Well, just to add to what Dr. Imad has just explained, unfortunately, because we are talking about Urdu language, right? Predominantly, the audience represent the Urdu as their language.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So for indexing research that's published in other languages, usually there's a regional or national indexing system. to share the knowledge and to index the research. Unfortunately, in the context of Pakistan, we don't yet have a localized indexing system. And other languages, if you talk about Chinese language or Spanish, the Latin American countries, they have their own regional indexing systems to assess the impact of the research. So moving on to the next question, we have another question where the audience are asking, what do you think how AI is influencing the quality of research? It's becoming increasingly questionable, although I don't agree with this, but
And I think,
the
I think AI will be dominant. Yani it is dominant now and will be more dominant in the future, especially in the research sides, not the teaching side, in the research sides. It will affect the quality certainly, and the number of retractions that I've shown you in the slide first when I first started this presentation. I did it for this purpose. This may be a sign. I'm not sure, although a large quantity of these retractions belong to one open access publisher, but this shows that AI has started to being used in the research. So this is an alerting signal. We should be careful of this. We should train ourselves as researchers and faculty how to conduct or undertake a research with the use of AI, but ethically and within the permitted limit. Yeah, not more than that. I'm not saying AI is there and we should deal with it and live with it and use it and get the benefit out of its potential and its forces, let's say, because it's a good tool, but we should know how to use it. Maybe for the faculty should get in touch with their librarians, try to arrange information sessions concerning the use of AI in research ethically and within the board within what is permitted. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Imad. I don't really have any other pressing question that requires your response, but just want to conclude today's webinar.
There was someone who raised his hand. Is he still there?
Yeah, basically we encourage participants to post their comments and ask questions through chat because of the limited time that we have.
If there are any comments,
indulge in a conversation with you.
Yeah, if there are any comments, even if it was to draw my attention to something, I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah, we have rave reviews about your presentation and the information that you have shared in your slides. And audience are greatly admiring the depth of information that you have shared. Because you see, when we talk about publications, mostly the underpinning motivation is to publish for promotions, because there are prerequisites on the way of promotion where researchers have to fulfill certain milestones before they qualify for the next possible position in the hierarchy levels.
Yes, or for the tenure.
Yeah, or for the tenure. So with your presentation, we learned that research shouldn't be only conducted for personal purposes, but it should resonate with the greater good of the society. It should resonate with the sustainable development goals and the ethical frameworks available out there, so that we create an impact. And the impact is just not assessed by citation counts, but it's more than that.
Yes,
so thank you so much for sharing this this understanding, which is the key understanding here. And with this, I'd like to thank you. Just a quick overview of real-time participation. We have participants representing 35 different countries, 4 regions: Asia, Africa, Europe, and Oceania. So thank you so much, Dr. Imad, for collaborating with us, and we look forward to future collaborations with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks
Have a
for
good
all.
day,
Thank